Welcome to Elevate Springfield, where we will dive into strategies and stories that help you rise to your full potential. Each episode, we'll talk about how you can take intentional steps to elevate your life and your business while making a meaningful impact on those around you. Along the way, we're going to bring in the change makers from our community that are already elevating. We'll bring the actionable strategies, you bring the discipline and follow through, and together, we can elevate Springfield.
All right, let's go, y'all. Time to 10X.
Hey everyone, welcome to NextGen on Elevate Springfield. I'm Ellie and I'm here with my dad, Robert.
Together, we're talking about what really matters to teens today. From school and skills to pressure, purpose, and possibilities, we'll share honest conversations, practical strategies teens can actually use, and a little dad-daughter debate.
This is about listening, learning, and growing. Together, let's elevate the next generation.
Hey, Springfield, when it comes to reliable, high-quality roofing, you don't want to leave things to chance. That's why you should reach out to Acosta Angeli Roofing, your local roofing experts serving Springfield and surrounding communities. From quick, dependable repairs to full replacement, from residential to commercial, they are your trusted pros. Call them today at 217-993-2748 or visit their website to book your free quote and inspection. Don't wait. A little leak now could lead to major damage later. Trust the local experts, protect your home, and get peace of mind with Acosta Angeli Roofing.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of NextGen on Elevate Springfield. I'm Ellie and I'm here with my dad.
Why, hello, Ellie.
You know, when I was doing that intro just now, I kind of felt like I was going to mess up the words, but it's become like muscle memory at this point where it's like I didn't think of the words I was saying, but I was saying the right words.
Yeah, that means you've been doing it long enough. You put in the reps, and now it's muscle memory. Yeah, put in those reps.
For real.
Yeah, just comes out naturally now.
Yeah, I suppose.
That's good. So, had a fun weekend this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. All full of proms.
Yeah.
Proms plural.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It was a good time. We volunteered at one and then threw another one, and you participated in the other one too. So
Attended.
Yeah, you were an attendee for the one we threw for Central Illinois Homeschool. But yeah, we had a heck of a lot of fun. Some dancing and good times all weekend, right?
Yeah, I was really scared because the first one that we went to was Night of Stars at Westside Christian Church. And that one I was a joy bringer. So basically your job the entire night is to jump, dance, yell, scream, hype people up, you know? And like I was yelling and clapping so much and like dancing so much, like my back hurt and like my voice was gone. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm going to have no voice and no energy for my prom
Your own
tomorrow.
prom.
I was fine. I actually had a lot of energy, but I was like, oh my goodness, this takes a lot more energy than I was anticipating because I was an amazing joy bringer. That's why.
I'm sure you did phenomenally well.
But yeah, that was a lot of fun.
I wasn't around you, so I didn't get to see you do the joy bringer because I was a buddy going around. But
it was a lot of fun. Yeah. I got high fives, I got a hug, and then we were hyping people up while they were dancing. It was great.
Yeah. Now, if you didn't see that, that's all over social over at Westside Christian Church. Had Night of Stars on Friday night. Just a phenomenal experience. A lot of impact that night.
I was sad because this morning it was Chip. And he was like, we'll have that recap video for you next week. And I was like, no, I want to see it.
Thought they'd have it knocked out for you already.
I wanted to see it. So now I have to wait another week.
Yeah, well, it'll get here soon.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. They even had fireworks at the end of the night. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was cool. I think they had an extra one, though, because like after the fireworks were done, like 10 minutes afterwards, one just like shot up randomly. We were all like, what? We were like, oh, they must have had an extra.
Yeah, maybe that was it. Yeah, they just had one to give a bonus firework.
Yeah.
That was fun, though. Yeah, and then Saturday we had the prom for Central Illinois Homeschool. We do all the different dances and events for the homeschool community here in town, and really not just here in town because people come from other towns to come to the events.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had a really cool prom on Saturday night. Did you have fun?
Yes, it was my favorite one so far. I think that one was like the best one.
I'll tell you, the energy was there. You guys were out there dancing and keeping hyped up the entire time. You know, sometimes at dances, you can see lulls and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, you guys got after it for
for the whole night. It was
Yeah,
fun.
I was literally like, I don't know if he's ever going to play a break song, but I need to get water at some point, but I can't stop dancing and he keeps playing good songs. So help me. I can't, I can't leave now. So
And when she says he needs to play some break songs, she's referring to me because I do the DJing for those events, and yeah, I kept the energy pretty high
I
that
do
night.
quite a bit of the DJing as well, to be fair.
Yes, you help a lot
Make
with
the
the playlists and the songs and everything, making sure I'm up to date because
And
as you
everybody
know,
else does too.
yeah,
Because I always ask around. I'm like, anybody that has song recommendations, come to me. Because I never want to gatekeep and be like,
right.
yeah, I'm the one making the playlist. So I'm always like, what do you guys want? I'll add it. Like,
And I guess I am kind of old, so I don't know exactly all
yeah.
the newer music, but I think I keep up to date for the most part. I know a
Yeah.
lot of the songs.
I was getting really
but
tired of the playlist. The last 2 dances, not this one, but the past 2 before that.
yeah, we
'Cause
need a
you were
little
playing
revamp.
Yeah, because you were playing a lot of songs that were popular, but popular in a bad way because they were so popular to the point where it was like nobody liked them anymore.
Overplayed,
Yes,
yeah.
because they were so overplayed, nobody liked them anymore. So I was like, "Okay, I know you're getting recommendations for these songs. Genuinely, it's like one person. It's not gonna hype anybody up. It's just gonna be like, 'Oh, that's my song!' And it's one person out of like the 130 kids there." So
Yeah.
it's like
No, this one, I kept the break songs and the slow songs to a minimum because most of the time anyway at those dances, you guys don't necessarily like the break songs and the slow songs, so I'll do a few of them so we have them because people want them, but I kept it to a minimum, just kept that energy high and keep people
Yeah.
bouncing.
And because I gave you a lot of good ones too.
You
Because I
did.
mean, the
You did.
new
You
ones,
gave me some new good
the
ones that
new
I
ones,
didn't have on my previous list.
the new
Yes.
ones that I put on there. I mean, people were getting hyped to those too, and that made me excited.
Yeah, yeah, the new ones you put on there were crowd pleasers, so they were definitely good additions, so the new ones that you put on, we'll keep, and we'll continue to curate that list for future dances, but the next one, I guess, will be Homecoming. Will be our next
When's that?
big
September,
dance. Yeah, probably September. I don't know that we have
April,
that
May,
scheduled yet.
June,
It's
July,
typically in
August,
September.
September. Dang, that's 5 months away.
Typically, we have those in September, maybe October, but
When is usually Sadie Hawkins dance? Because for us, we do a winter ball, and that's usually in January. And we didn't even really start that. It was another lady in the homeschool community who had started it, and then she had stopped doing them. She was like, I'm not doing them anymore. And she had started the winter balls. So it has always been like a winter ball thing for our community. So then we just kind of picked it up and we were like, okay, we'll do the winter balls
Right.
then. So that's kind of how it like came to be because like people asked like, oh, what's that? It's like winter dance, I guess. I guess I don't know what time is usually Sadie's dances because that's what the public schools do. They do
Mhm.
Sadie Hawkins dance.
You know, I really don't know because not all the public schools do Sadie Hawkins dances anymore, so I really
I feel
don't
like
know.
that'd be in like around February, right?
Yeah, I think that's a wintertime thing because most of the public schools have homecoming in the fall
Yeah.
and prom in the spring, so that's a pretty standard thing. So if it's going to be another time, it's going to be in the winter. So probably
Yeah, that
probably
makes sense
January,
actually. Now
February.
I'm thinking of like the posts that I've seen of girls going to Sadie's and it has been
Yeah.
around like the winter ish.
Yeah, that would make sense. We do that for the homeschool community because we want to make sure that one, you have that opportunity to go to those dances and things that you don't get to go to since you're not at a public school. But I'd say we put on some pretty cool events.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'd say they'd rival any of the other dances out there, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I definitely think so. But yeah, that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about homeschooling and like the benefits and maybe the downsides of homeschooling as well. I mean, I don't
Sure.
have many downsides, but you know, for different types of people, there can be different downsides.
Sure.
We touched on this a little bit, but if you want a whole episode on it, here it is. For me, the only things that if we didn't have any of these things, like I love homeschooling. So the only thing I feel like I'm missing out on is the dances. And as of right now, the only thing I feel like I'm missing out on is like the football games. So if we could like get together like a homeschool like
homeschool
football
football team.
team and have like the football nights where you get all like dressed up or whatever
Yeah.
and have like the glow in the dark like face paint and stuff like that, I'd love that. That's the one thing I feel like I miss out on with the high school experience is the football games. So I feel like that is fun. Other than that, I don't really think because I don't want to be in school for like 8 hours a day. I don't want to do homework for the next 3 hours of my day. I have too many other interests to just cast those aside as well. I like doing my schoolwork on my own. There's so many things, but I love homeschooling. And I think a big part of it is our community because we have a good homeschool community, but you also have to like look for it. I mean, I know you can be a victim of your circumstance. Like I'm sure there's some really, really crappy homeschool communities out there where it's either like the typical homeschool kids that they're quote unquote weird or they're like 5. So that sucks. Come over here, move over here. It'd be better for you, I guess.
We do have a thriving homeschool community in
But
Springfield.
yeah, it's great.
You could just pick one of the high schools and say you're going to root for their football team.
Why?
Well,
so I can go?
Yeah. I mean, you can go to any of the games anytime you want. You don't have to be a student there to go to the game. You can go to a game. I'll take it.
But then you're not
going to
have any friends there, though.
No, but
it's just all.
What you could do, though, is just get a couple of your friends, say, hey, now we're Springfield High fans. So we're going to go to Springfield High football games, and we're going to wear the colors and do the thing. Would it be weird? Or
yes.
Well, I don't foresee us having a homeschool football team anytime soon.
Well, we should.
And I don't know how that works in terms of, I have to figure out how that works, like leagues. Hey, who do we play? Hey, we're the homeschool.
The public schoolers.
I know, but you'd have to get into a conference. We could maybe figure that out.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you work on getting about 50 high schoolers that would be on the team?
Yeah.
50 high school homeschoolers.
Be a co-ed team?
Want to play football?
Would it be a co-ed team?
It might have to be because I'm not sure we'd be able to get 50 dudes out there to play the game. It might have to be co-ed.
Okay. Well,
I had a girl on my football team for a while in high school.
Yeah.
I did. So it can be co-ed. Yeah, it can be co-ed.
Well, what do you think any downside of homeschooling would be?
Well, I think you touched on one, the sports aspect. Even though you individually potentially could go play sports at a school.
Yeah.
There are
I have homeschool friends that
yeah, there are homeschool kids that play on public school teams and participate in those things, just like they participate in career and tech ed stuff and other opportunities. But you don't have maybe that camaraderie, I guess, that school spirit.
Yeah.
I guess you don't
feel
have
like
that.
The outsider,
right. So
outside looking in type thing.
So I guess that could be considered a downside of homeschooling if you really crave that.
Yeah.
I don't know that I ever really did. Even in high school when I played football and I did all the stuff, I don't know that I was ever like a go MacArthur Generals. I don't know that I was like super school spirit guy.
And there's also teams not equated with a specific school, correct?
There's travel teams.
Well, yeah, but I swear I remember my cousin going on a volleyball team, and it wasn't a school one. It was just like a volleyball team. She'd go somewhere for it.
Oh yeah, there's club teams.
Yeah, like that.
Club teams, but
like
then,
you can do that.
Yeah, if you're playing club ball, then you're not playing the schools.
Yeah.
And there are some schools that co-op for certain sports to where they come together so they have enough people to play. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you could also go and do that too if you want that.
Yeah.
And then you wouldn't feel like an outsider because it's not from a specific school or something like that.
Right.
But yeah.
I guess that would be one. Maybe the only other one, and I don't know that it's a real big downside, but at the high school level, maybe there's a subject, say like an advanced chemistry or something like that. Most parents aren't going to know advanced chemistry, right? Unless they do it as part of their job or something. And you can do the online portion, but with a particularly difficult class, it could be helpful to have a teacher there with you.
Yeah.
Going through
that makes sense.
So that could be a downside if you're the type of student that really needs that help on those difficult subjects. But if you're the type of student that can handle the online learning side of that and
also doesn't really go into like the super advanced classes
or be able to handle it on your own with some help from your parent, even though your parent might not know really very much about, say, advanced chemistry or calculus or
if you're
something like
fine,
that.
Like easily finding the answers online if you need
it.
Yeah,
if you're willing to do all that, then that's great. But that could be a downside for some students, the students that really need somebody there with them on those subjects, and then maybe their parent doesn't really have that skill set.
Yeah.
That could be a downside.
And I think the one thing that I actually just thought of this is the only other downside that I see is the stability of the community, I guess, just in terms of who's coming to the events, right? Because we'll have like some public schoolers and then some Decatur people. And then we're like, okay, are these same people going to show up next time? Is it going to be like this next time? Because who's going to show up? like, and our numbers can fluctuate, and that can be, like,
Yeah. Well, and
difficult to.
the community can kind of change too, because parents and their kids homeschool for a number of different reasons. We made a decision a long time ago that we were going to do this, and we felt it was the right thing for us. Some people make it more of a spur of the moment decision after something happens at a school, and maybe they end up going back to school. So sometimes people don't stay in homeschooling as long as we've done it, or as long as some of your friends have done it.
And then they go and be like, well, I didn't like it.
Yeah, so sometimes people, they're in public school, then they try homeschool for 2 or 3 years, then they go back to public school or pop in and out. So I think that can sometimes make it so the community is a little in flux. A lot of the people that you know that were around have done it for a long time and done it from the front, but there's a lot of folks out there that dip in and
dip
out a little bit. So
I've never really thought of that, but yeah, definitely. I think that's because I haven't really seen it too much here. I think one thing that I've been seeing more is that we have our homeschool people that have been homeschooling for a while. This is mostly guys, and then they decide to go to public school. I can name at least 4 guys off the top of my head that have gone to public school within the past few years that I've known as the homeschool guys, like they came to our dances and then they just decide to switch and then they go to public school. So it's also another thing like that.
Yeah, absolutely. But certainly, like we've talked before, the benefits of it far outweigh any downsides or negatives to it.
Yeah, and you just got to find your community too, because it's like you can't be sitting in your room all day, not making an effort to look at events being held or anything like that, or not going to any events and then being like, homeschooling is so isolating. My social life isn't there. And I know I'm very fortunate to have a community like this, but I also think I think we need to individualize it more when we're speaking on our personal experiences with homeschooling. Because what I see a lot is that people are just like, well, yeah, I didn't like it because it's very isolating, like this and this and this, instead of just being like, well, for me, my community didn't have very much there, so it sucked. It's the words make a very big difference because on one hand, homeschooling sucks in general. Everybody has no social life. They're weirdos. I was stuck in my room all day. I had nothing to do. I had no friends versus my personal experience wasn't very good. I didn't have a good community. I didn't really feel like going to any of these events, yada, yada, yada. There's a very big difference. So I feel like we need to individualize it more in terms of our experiences with it. Because I completely understand that my experience is very much impacted by what I'm surrounded with. And you guys planning these amazing events and all the parents that we have helping us with it that make it so great. But I think, like me saying it right now, we need to individualize our experiences more. Can you guys tell that I just learned that word?
Say it a few times.
Yes. But just like how I'm speaking on it now, you need to just speak on your personal experiences instead of just generalizing it to everybody and to the entire thing in and of itself.
Yeah, well, and for some kids, if we're talking about, you said might feel isolated, if that is all you're doing is in your room, or maybe you don't have any siblings. Maybe you're the only one in there and you're doing your work and you're not really doing it much with your parents. You're not going to those events. I guess it could be isolating for somebody that really craves that social stuff all day. But again, that's because you haven't been connected and probably doing all the things that you should be doing in that community. What was your favorite song on Saturday?
I have one. I just don't think anybody will like my answer.
Okay. All right.
No comment on that. Oh, what was your favorite song?
So I guess it wasn't my personal favorite song of the night, but the one that probably surprised me the most in terms of the crowd response, because after you've DJ'd a number of times, you know what the response is going to be for a lot of the songs. But this one, the Michael Jackson song, "Want to Be Starting Something," everybody loved it and was like, really got into it and started doing a circle and like this train thing.
Yes. And a line
dance. I mean, really got into it. I knew they would like it, but it surprised me how much you guys got into that particular song.
That was really fun. I mean, with Billie Jean, we did the train and we were in a circle and then we were all clapping. We had a dance circle, a lot. And then we were all moonwalking. It was great.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. There was this one group of people, because I saw them all go get a picture together. So I was like, whoa, that's like one group. So I really hope they're at our next one because I really saw that they were like, because there was these girls and they would start their choreo or whatever, and it was very easy to follow. So it got everybody into it. And I really hope they're there. And then there was quite a few guys there too. And they were hyped the entire time. And they were dancing and they were doing the choreo and they were jumping around and everything. I really hope that group is there the next few because they really impacted the crowd. I feel
They did.
like a
They
lot.
did. They kept that hype up. But
Yeah.
I mean, I play a blend. We play some rock, we play some pop, we play some rap, we play some Christian. We play a little bit of everything throughout the night, all more hyped up versions of that genre, of course. But we did play 3 Michael Jackson songs, like I said, and all 3, everybody loves them some Michael Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
Loved them some Michael
we were
Jackson.
all like united. I was like, guys, I'm telling you, see MJ like unites people. Like, this is amazing. Like,
No, it was great. It was great.
I'd say just like if you're wanting to start homeschooling, really think about it. And another thing that helped me is that we started before I got into high school. And it's like it wasn't as drastic of a change. Or we started when I wasn't super attached to school, really. Like I was younger. So I was kind of like,
yeah, you were in
okay.
2nd grade.
Yeah, I was younger, so I was kind of like, okay, yeah, homeschooling, yes. Like I'm gonna be at home. Like, it's gonna be great. I feel like this is the opposite of what the public thinks, though, because they think that if you're raised on homeschooling, then it's like you start to feel isolated in your teen years because you don't know anything different, or you don't know anything else. And I feel like it was the opposite for me. I feel like it helped me, not because I didn't know anything else, but because it wasn't a hard change because I was young. And it wasn't like a drastic shift or just this thing that I really had to get used to. It was just something that happened to me. That's it. I mean, we just did it. And I think that helps. I know that some people homeschool, because of bad experiences at public school, which is 100% valid.
Yeah, that happens.
But it definitely feels different because, it was like your freshman year or your freshman and sophomore year. And then you start homeschooling after that. And then it just feels weird because it's like, well, I was at school.
Yeah,
and
you're used to that
I was
whole
getting
thing,
severely
yeah.
mistreated, but now it feels weird because it's like, now I'm home and it just feels strange. It's just the change in it that's weird. So with me going into high school, homeschooled, but with also having the dances and having my group of friends and so many other groups of friends that I wasn't really involved with, but like I kind of was. It wasn't just my group of friends. There's a lot of group of friends within the community. So that really helped because I can still do the dances. I can still hang out with friends all the time. I can just get my schoolwork done in the morning. Done. I'm okay now.
Yeah, absolutely. One other thing about homeschooling that people might not realize is, well, it is May at the end of this week, right? Which means summer is right around the corner. A lot of times with homeschoolers, don't take a full traditional summer off all the time. We'll go to a light schedule. Maybe you guys will do a little bit over the summer still, not take a complete summer off like public schools do.
Which sounds like hell for public schoolers. But again, it's because, they're spending like 12 hours a day with school stuff. And that includes the actual school portion, sports, and homework, and detention if you get in detention, or extracurriculars, like everything.
Well, it's the flexibility piece, really.
Yeah.
Is because so during the normal school year, if you guys are coming with me to a trip or something like that, we could have a lighter school week because we know that we're going to be doing some stuff during the summer too. So it's just much more flexible on the workload compared to a typical.
I guess it sounds like horrible to public schoolers because that's what they're used to. They're used to school nonstop. But for us, it's like schoolwork in the morning, which obviously we still want school off. Like, we still want days where we don't have to do any school because it's still
Schoolwork.
It's still a nuisance.
Schoolwork.
We still don't want to do it, but it's not as bad and it doesn't take up that much time. So doing it in the summer still kind of sucks, but it's not that bad.
No, I don't think it's bad at all because even it's a much lighter schedule and gives us the flexibility throughout the regular school year too.
Yeah, and I just think it gives you a lot of different opportunities, a lot of different learning experiences, a lot of different social experiences. I know a homeschooler with social skills is crazy. I know.
Crazy to think about, right?
Yeah.
So you're just about to finish your sophomore year. Any inkling that you would want to finish out at a public school?
No. Especially not like finish out, because then you're with a class that's been together for 4 years and they're all chummy and they're all besties and all the drama that's happened the past 4 years or whatever, and you're just popping in there for senior year. Like, that's so weird. Absolutely not. I would never want to do that. That feels like I'm just intruding. No way.
Yep, that's what I figured you'd say, because that's been the plan. So continue.
Yeah, I know
out,
people will ask
finish
me,
out.
Are you going to do like high school and public school? And I'm like, no.
Yeah, and that was one thing. That was one thing we had a discussion about as we were doing it when finishing up 8th grade. It's like, well, if you do want to make a switch to public school, now would be the time. If you want to do high school, but never was really something we seriously considered.
Yeah, and that is really a lot to do with like my friends in the community. I have a friend group. I'm not craving that social interaction that I'm missing that I'd get at public school. I'd get way worse there. I'd much rather just hang out with my friends I already have. It's also so nice because I'll be like, oh my gosh, like we can plan things any day of the week. This is great. And then when I'm talking to my friends that go to public school, I forget that they go to public school. And then I'm like, crap, when can I hang out with you?
You can't do that. Yeah.
I can't do anything. We have no days at all. Because my weekends are usually reserved for like you guys. Like Saturday's the bummy day and then Sunday's like the nonstop church day. So it's like, I'm like, when are we going to hang out? You're at school all day. What? How? I don't get it.
That's the beauty of homeschooling, is the flexibility on our side. So
yeah,
we can do it.
I think that's the biggest thing that's talked about is like the flexibility. It's so important. It's a big thing, but it's a very surface level thing.
It is.
Because people on the other end of it, I feel like you saying that, oh, well, it's just the flexibility of it, like you can do whatever you want. Like they already know that. That's the thing. They already know that. They don't know the extent of that until they try it and until they get comfortable in it and try it. But it just seems very surface level, easy.
Well, your show's going to be starting soon. I know you have a show coming up that you really want to see tonight.
Yes, I do.
Do you want to go check it out?
But yeah, we've talked about homeschooling a few times, and I've already said that just because it works for me doesn't mean it's going to work for you. But if you live in our area, if you know us personally, then I'd say try it. If you are similar to me or similar to my friends or something, you have a similar mindset in that way, I think it could be beneficial if you get yourself out there.
Or reach out to us if you have any questions.
Yeah. Well, I'd say try it if you are thinking about it. But again, some people prefer public school and public school works better for them, and that's fine.
That's right.
I'm not a public school hater. I know it works for some people, and some of it's really fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my thing.
Whatever works for your family out there.
Yeah, I do get FOMO a little bit for some things, but that's inevitable. You're going to get FOMO in a lot of what you do.
It's going to happen.
You're going to get FOMO regardless in a lot of different aspects of your life. So I'm not trapped. I'm fine.
Are you ready to go watch that show?
Yes.
I'm not.
Why?
No, I'm just messing with you.
Better sit down and not go grab 18 different snacks throughout the entire thing. I want your butt glued to the couch.
I don't eat snacks that late. That's too late. I might get a decaf cup of coffee.
Yeah, exactly. Don't get up and get like
cup of
8
tea,
cups of coffee.
Or maybe go make a reel or something like that. But it won't be a snack.
Well, thank you for joining us on NextGen on Elevate Springfield. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Looking for personalized insurance with hometown care? David Hilst, American Family Insurance Agents, here to help you protect what matters most: your family, your home, and your dreams. Whether it's auto, home, life, business, David and his team are proud to serve the Springfield community with trusted advice and reliable coverage. Local service, real relationships, peace of mind. Call today or stop by their office. They can build your dream protection plan together. Call 217-726-6343.
Well, thank you for joining us today, everybody. Appreciate you making us a part of your day. Hey, don't forget, while you're out on social, check ours out. You can check my personal one out at Robert Ferriell, at everywhere. Check out those Elevate Springfield pages, those Big Dog Business Coaching pages as well. Check us out over on YouTube. Give us a subscribe, give us a like or a follow on any of those channels. We would certainly appreciate it. So, hey, take what you learned today. You bring the discipline and follow through, and together, that's right, y'all, we're going to elevate Springfield. Be great.
When I first walked into Shudokan Karate Club, I was just looking for a way to get stronger, but what I found was so much more. Here we train in traditional karate, the real stuff, passed down through generations. Every punch, every kata has purpose. I've learned self-discipline, confidence, and how to protect myself. Not just in class, but in real life. It's not about being aggressive, it's about being prepared. This is more than a club, it's a way of life. Join us at Shudo-Kon, traditional, powerful, real. Ki-ai!